Hey folks, Rob here, and been working out here in the shop today. Got some work done today, and yeah, as you see, I shot both of the Girsans today. I shot the Girsan MC14 BDA. This is a Browning BDA copy in 380, and we shot the MC14 G84, which is a Beretta copy. So, and guys, these guns are basically, well, they are the same guns. The only difference in these firearms is the way the slides are laid out. With the Beretta having the Beretta style slide with the open barrel, and the Browning with the closed barrel. Other than that, there is no difference in these guns. The frames are the same, the sights are the same, everything's the same with the except of the barrel cutout. So I shot both these guns. I did not clean or lubricate or do anything to either one of these guns before I shot it. Had some mixed results out of that. So what I thought we'd do is I'm going to go over to the cleaning and lubrication of one of these guns, because they're both the same. So if you can do one, you can do the other. There is absolutely no difference in the way these operate. So we're just going to pick one. And honestly, this one didn't like the herders with the like the flat nose, kind of a trunnicated cone type bullet. But it actually started shooting them better toward the end. I actually think I had a little more problem out of the G84, and actually had two times when it didn't lock back on the last round. So I think we're just going to lay the BDA aside, and we're going to take this gun apart and do maintenance on it. Now, before I start, YouTube. This gun is unloaded, and I am not modifying this gun in any way. A matter of fact, and I hope to educate you a little bit on this, proper maintenance of a firearm and assuring that it works properly is very integral to its safety. I had to, when I was shooting this gun today for the first time, I had to constantly manipulate this gun to get the jams. It was jamming. So, and every time you have to manipulate a firearm, you increase the potential for something to go wrong. So, that being said, a properly functioning firearm is more safe than one that's constantly messing up, because you are manipulating that gun, you're working on that gun, you're trying to get that gun unjammed, and every time you're doing that, you increase the potential for accidents. Now, it's just a shame I have to say that, but there we go. So anyway, we have taken our magazine out. You always want to remove your magazine. You do want to check and make sure your firearm is unloaded, and this one is. There's nothing in that chamber. So, to disassemble this, either one of these guns, you push this button right here on the side, and when you push that, it pushes out on this side enough for you to rotate this down. And when you rotate that down, the slide just comes right off. Now, like I said, I didn't clean these guns, I didn't lubricate these guns, I done absolutely nothing to them other than take them out and shoot them. So we'll remove our guide rod and recoil spring, and then we'll remove our barrel, and it just comes out from the bottom. And that's pretty much the extent of how much you have to break this down. Now, see, this doesn't have much of a ramp, a feed ramp, and it does have just a little bit on the frame, and you can see when this is in there, you do kind of have half of your feed ramp is on your frame itself, and the other half's kind of on the barrel. So what I was having is those bullets were just getting right here to this transition and stopping. So we're going to clean it up. We're going to lube it up, and if worst comes to worst, we may have to do a little bit of polishing on that feed ramp. My buddy Bill Dye sent me a big old jar of Hoppy's number 9, and I have yet to find that yet. I got a little bit here in a little container that I keep some in, and then I got this synthetic stuff, which I really don't like. So I'm hoping to run across my large container of Hoppy's, but right at the moment it ain't looking real good because I've been through most things and I just haven't found it yet. So I got us some oil here. I got our little container of Hoppy's here, and hopefully I find that. And just, guys, I have used this my entire life, and honestly I just like 3-in-1 oil. It tends to lubricate them up good. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, it's a machine oil, so it's to me it's always been a good oil. So we're going to grab our Boost Steady cleaning kit, and this is a pistol cleaning kit, and we're going to gather up some stuff out of here and clean this puppy up. Okay, we got us some our brush ready here, and so what I'm going to do, I use an old toothbrush. This was Macy's toothbrush when she was a baby. That's how long I've been using this thing. So I'm going to get a little bit of my Hoppy's over here, and I'm going to just clean all this off good. It's not really, doesn't appear to be that dirty, but we're going to get down the barrel, remove any old packing oil or anything like that. Let me get us a rag over here. So I'm just going to wipe this down, and we're going to get us a little bit of Hoppy's on our wire brush over here, and I'm just going to brush out that barrel real good. Now I'm doing this the way I should be going, from the chamber end forward. You always want to clean from your chamber, and I want to make sure I get that ramp good. So we are going to, that looks pretty good, but I'm going to wipe this off. We will get us something. I got some Q-tips here, and I'm just going to use them to go down the barrel. Look how dirty. We're going to remove some of this, and Q-tips are cheap, so don't skimp on them. If you have to use several, that's okay. Might even dip one here in our Hoppy's, and go down that barrel a little more, and go down another time. Now everybody does this different, guys. This is just the way. I've been cleaning the firearm since I was a young man, because I started shooting young. I did have, everything's still scattered out. Some of my stuff I still haven't found. I have some patches to go down that, but I don't know where they're at. I'm still in the process. This is actually, today is, when I made the videos today of me shooting these two guns, I realized that it's been over a year since I shot a handgun. Now, I purchased several handguns in that length of time, but this is the first time that I've actually shot a firearm in over a year. I guess the last time I remember shooting a firearm, I was still living in over where I had my range set up. When we moved, I don't think I ever done any shooting videos at the place that I left here and come from. I'm just going to get our little bore light here. This is pretty neat. I forget where I got this. I think it's Walmart, but these are pretty handy. They're just a little LED light, and you can use that to inspect your bore. And she looks nice and clean. Our feed ramp looks pretty good. There's nothing on that, so our barrel looks good. Now let's clean our slide. And again, we're just going to get us a little bit of hoppies, making sure we clean the breech face good. Basically just cleaning it up. I'm just getting all the powder residue and any packing oil from the factory. You know, they put oil on it. It's good for machining and when they're producing the parts and cutting them on the CNCs and stuff, but they're not really, see, look how dirty that is on my hands. They're not really the best oils for the proper function of your gun and I know better than buy a new gun and take it, but honestly, before today, once I got to working on my bench here and going through boxes and picking out stuff, I didn't even know where my cleaning stuff was. So this is just something that I have found today. So we're going to take a Q-tip and get in here and just clean your slide real good. Get around the back of your firing pin and just basically remove any dirt or residue that you see. Now, I know any gun can have some malfunctions with ammo, you know, when you first get them, but what concerns me worse with this one is not locking back on an empty magazine. Yeah, that's something that concerns me more than having a few failures to feed, because you know, failures to feed sometimes are just indication of you know, the gun needing breaking in, or you know, that can be a temporary issue, but usually when they don't lock back, that's maybe a sign of something a little more involved. Could be a magazine, but I use two magazines. I use the Metgar that I ordered from Gun Mag Warehouse, and the one that come in this gun. So I had a failure to lock back on both. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. Could be that it just needed some lubrication. And we may even go as far as disassembling our magazine and cleaning it out. So there's our slide. It's nice and clean. All the oil's removed. Now we're gonna put oil back on it. So we're not gonna leave it dry. Wipe off our recoil, our guide rod, and we'll get our frame here. Honestly, the gun doesn't look like we've even shot it much, but we're still gonna take all this manufactured grease, if there's any on it, off of it. We're gonna make sure we go. I'm gonna take this bronze brush. Want to make sure we get that feed ramp really good. And you can see that's shiny. Looks to be well polished. I don't see any reason why. I mean, you know, you can see how well polished that is. So I don't see why that would be an issue. But like I said, it's a new gun. New guns sometimes have new gun problems. If it continues, then, and I know, you know, a lot of you guys may be, you know, looking at purchasing this to carry, and, you know, those types of things are, of course, you're going to carry defensive ammo, so, but really, if you go out and buy a gun, you don't want to have to take a chance on maybe it's shooting defensive ammo, or, you know, you want to get something that you know is probably going to function. So a lot of people, you know, can't afford multiple guns, and, you know, they decide on one particular firearm for their self-defense needs, and then, you know, if it doesn't pan out, you kind of, you know, it's kind of, you can't just run out and buy another one because, you know, that one just didn't work out the way you thought it should. And so I'm going to continue to shoot this gun. We're going to shoot them both, and just see if it's, you know, it's just a lack of maintenance on my part by not cleaning it before firing it, and you know, if or if it's got problems that continue to act out. So, all right, we've got our barrel clean, we've got our slide clean, everything's clean now. Now to disassemble our magazine, where you're going to take and depress this little button here, or I'm going to try. Probably need something better than an ink pen, so depress that. Now you want to keep your thumb over that because that's going to fly out. So, but we're just going to clean out this magazine. Just could be a sticky follower, so we're going to take some hoppies. Now you don't want to oil your, you don't want oil in your magazine, so we're just going to take some hoppies, clean out this mag body, and there's some carbon up here. Now you might not have to do this, but since this failed to lock back, I'm going to take this extra precaution just because I can. So let's wipe this off. Now, like I said, we don't want any oil or lubricant in that mag body, so we're going to wipe that off. And I always like to just take a corner of a rag and just feed it up through there. Get it up there in that magazine real well. Get it up here to the top. Just pull it through there. Pull it back. Just kind of work it in and out until you've gotten everything out of there. Okay, now we're going to reinstall our follower. Let's see. Let's make sure we put it in the right way. Let me check this magazine. Make sure it's in the right way. So it sets with that to the side. So we want to go back in just like this. So, no, I put them backwards. We want to go in like that. So you want the high side to the right. And then you would reinstall your spring. Push your plate down. Take your, let's turn it around the right direction so I can work with it. Take and push your spring down. Start your floor plate on. Push it in. And lock it in. So there it is, locked in. So now we've cleaned out the inside of that magazine too. So hopefully, if there was a little stickiness on the magazine's part, that'll take care of it. So, All right, so we got our gun here. We're all wiped down. I got more gunk on it by working over it. So we're going to take our slide assembly, and what I'm going to do is I always like to just take and put a drop of oil down each slide rail. Just kind of let that run down. I like to put a little oil right there, and that's pretty well it. And then on your barrel, put you a little bit right here. And, you know, just a little bit on your barrel. These are they're not blued, so there's very little danger of them rusting. So I like to put a little oil on it though and wipe off any excess. Install your barrel. Make sure your barrel's in. Take your recoil spring. Make sure it is seated in its proper little notch there. There's a notch there that these sit in, and you want to make sure you're in that notch. So we've got a little oil here, a little bit there. Nothing crazy. So now I like to take a little bit and put it just on my hammer pivots and a little bit on this back rail. And you don't have to go crazy. I just put just enough you can see it. And that's about it. So with that, take and slide your slide assembly back on. And see, there we go. See, that barrel was up on the shroud. So push it back to where you're lined up right back there. And push in your button, and there you go. So now we are clean. Now there's excess oil on there. So take a rag and just wipe off that excess oil. And you are clean and ready to go. Now we have actually, I'm going to put a drop right back here too. I'm just going to put a drop on the bottom side of this hammer pivot. And what that does is your hammer pin goes through there. So that'll actually put a little bit of oil on this. So this gun has a real nice trigger, real smooth trigger. I mean, it's a slick little gun. I don't know if we checked the, I think we did check the poundage on these triggers, if I ain't mistaken. So anyway, there we go. Your gun is cleaned and should be ready to go for the next outing. Now see, it locks back fine there. And it's got plenty of upward pressure because that's actually, you know, pretty hard to overcome. And a lot of people, oh, don't drop it on your breech face, you know. Yeah. It ain't like I'm going to do it 1,000 times, you know. If you sit there and done it constantly for hundreds and thousands of times, it might do something. But, you know, while you're cleaning, if you drop it a time or two, it ain't like it's going to hurt it. So anyway, there is our Girsan MC14 G84 Beretta 84 copy. Now these grips, 84 grips will fit this. 84 magazines will work. So sweet little gun. So anyway, now the same holds true for this one. They are exactly the same. So the same techniques for cleaning that we just used is the same on this one. So there is absolutely no difference in how you clean these guns. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Hope you picked up something from this. I know, you know, a lot of you guys that have watched me forever, I know you know how to clean guns. But, you know, I get so many people that are not familiar with this kind of thing and send me messages and say, oh, thank you for that. I couldn't figure out how to get my gun apart, or I couldn't figure this out or that out. So I ain't making this for you guys. I'm making it for the people who don't know how. And anyway, I appreciate you watching. I'm going to go ahead and clean this one now. And until the next video, we'll see you guys later. Well, thank you, everybody. If you made it through the video, I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so when I put something out new, you'll know. And I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. And until we make another video, we'll see you guys later.